Hello and welcome. My name is Robin and you're watching A Robin Reads. Today I'm going to talk about the Netgalley ARCs that I got for the month of October, because I said I didn't want to do a video for October about Netgalley ARCs, but I looked for the November ones and I actually only got 2 for November, so that was a bit, just mediocre. So I thought I'm just gonna look at October if there are books that I'm interested in. And I actually ended up with 13 books for October. So this is just gonna be an October-November ARC video. And I also got some audiobooks, but I will talk about those in another video, I think. But yeah, let's get started. I got my laptop over here to get you through these ARCs. And let's get started, as I said. Sorry that the angle is a bit different from my other videos, because as you know, I'm moving. So yeah, basically my bookshelf, bookshelf is gone. So therefore I'm just doing it here. But next week, hopefully it will be better again. But yeah, the first book I want to talk about is out on the 1st of October, and that is called Pretty Funny for a Girl. It's by Rebecca Elliott. And this is a teens YA contemporary book, and it sounded really good. So let me read you part of the synopsis. A candid and laugh-out-loud journey of family, friends and fierce mistakes. Hayley Swinton is an ace best friend, a loving daughter, and an incredibly patient sister to a 4-year-old nutcase of a brother. Best of all, she's pretty confident she's mastered making light of every situation, from her mom's new boyfriend to unsolicited remarks on her plus-sized figure. Hayley's learning to embrace all of her curvy parts, and besides, she has a secret. One day she'll be a stand-up comedian star. So when impossibly cool and thirstilicious, Leo reveals he is also into comedy, Hayley jumps at the chance to ghostwrite his sets. But is Leo as interested in returning the favor? Even though her friends warn her for Leo's intentions, Hayley's not ready to listen, and she might just be digging herself deeper toward heartbreak. If Hayley is ever going to step into the spotlight, first she will need to find the confidence to put herself out there and strut like the boss she really is. So this one sounds really good. I think, a lot of representation, which I really like, and just a very nice story. And I'm actually going to try and read this before the 1st of October, but we shall see if that's going to happen. I'm very behind on my Netgalley actually, because most of them I can only read on my phone, and I don't like reading on my phone, so I have been putting it off. But the next book is out on the 3rd of October, and it's a children's fiction book. It's called Ella Has a Plan by Davina Hamilton. Again, as you know, I try to really diversify my reading, and therefore also my Netgalley ARCs that I request. So almost all of them are diverse. But let's read what this book is about. Ella is fed up, but what can she do? Her quibbling cousins are making her blue. It's mommy's big party, the family's all here, but 2 pesky cousins are spoiling the cheer. Ella just wants them to party and play. She can't let their arguing ruin the day. Can Ella fix things? She's sure that she can. She just needs to think up a brilliant plan. So I really like children's fiction, so I think this will be a fun one. Next one is out on the 6th of October, and it's called The Most Beautiful Thing by Kao Kalia Yang. I hope I can pronounce these names right. Sorry if I don't. This is a children's non-fiction book, and it's own voices. A warm-hearted and tender true story about a young girl finding beauty where she never thought to look. Drawn from author Kao Kalia Yang's childhood experience as a Hmong refugee, this moving picture book portrays a family with a great deal of love and little money. Weaving together Kalia's story with that of her beloved grandmother, the book moves from the jungles of Laos to the family's early years in the United States. When Kalia becomes unhappy about having to do without and decides she wants braces to improve her smile, it is her grandmother, a woman who has just one tooth in her mouth, who helps her see that true beauty is found with those we love most. Stunning illustrations from Vietnamese illustrator Khoa Ly bring this intergenerational tale to life. So this just sounds really cute, and looking forward to that one. I have a lot of children's fiction books, so that will help me get to these arcs quickly, I hope. Next book is also out on the 6th of October, and it's called Elvis Puffs Out by Georgia Dunn. And this is a book in the Breaking Cat News Adventure series. It's a children's fiction comic book, middle grade. And yeah, it's basically a very funny story, I think. This just in. Your favorite Peppernellists are back and reporting on all of the most pressing cat issues in this third collection of Breaking Cat News comics for middle grade readers. That's basically all I want to know, because it's about cats and they're always fun. The next book is also out on the 6th of October, and this is a poetry collection. It's called The Space Between Us by Courtney, Peppernell and Zack Gray. And this is the synopsis. The Space Between Us explores the trials of love and what it's like to live a life separated by distance from someone you care about. Its contents is thoughtfully divided into 5 chapters or phases of the long distance experience. At first glance, Living for Tomorrow, Lonely Nights, Grow Together, Grow Apart, and When I See You. A combination of poems and prose are sporadically connected with small graphics and maps to visualize the journey of physical distance. These poems serve as an adhesive or something between the reader and the ones they miss, the longing, the anticipation, and the eventual relief. Though both authors bring with them a unique perspective, the lens is singular. Each is attuned to navigating this complex terrain. So yeah, I do enjoy poetry sometimes if it's not too hard to read, so looking forward to that one. Then the next book, also out on the 6th of October, apparently that is a very good publishing day or something, and that is called You Can Change the World, The Kid's Guide to a Better Planet by Lucy Bell. It's a children's non-fiction, and I just chose this one because this is a topic that I'm very interested in. So the synopsis is: kids around the world are working together to make our planet a better, safer, happier place, and now you can join in with this practical guide. You Can Change the World empowers kids to make changes in their lives and communities with the powerful message that anyone can make a difference in the world. This colorfully illustrated book is packed with information, ideas and activities for everyday sustainability, like mending clothes, composting, and avoiding single-use plastics. Interspersed throughout are features on children around the globe who are making a difference, such as Greta Thunberg or Solly Raphael, reminding kids that ordinary people can spark extraordinary change. Yeah, I just really like that topic, and I think I can learn something about it as well. Then one that has a very cool cover, I think, that is We Were Restless Things by Cole Nagamatsu. And this is a teens YA book. I think it's fiction, also out on the 6th of October. And this is the synopsis. From debut author Cole Nagamatsu comes an atmospheric contemporary fantasy about 3 teens coming of age in the wake of a mysterious death. Last summer, Link Miller drowned on dry land in the woods. Miles away, miles away from the nearest body of water. His death was ruled a strange accident, and in the months since, his friends and family have struggled to make sense of it. But Link's close friend, Numi Amato, knows the truth. Link drowned in an impossible lake that only she can find, and what's more, someone claiming to be Link has been contacting her, warning Numi to stay out of the forest. As these secrets become too heavy for Numi to shoulder on her own, she turns to Jonas, her new housemate, and Amberlynn, Link's younger sister. All three are trying to find their place, and together they start to unravel the truth about themselves, about the world, and about what happened to Link. Unfolding over a year and told through multiple POVs and a dream journal, We Were Restless Things explores the ways society shapes our reality, how we can learn to love ourselves and others, and the incredible power of our own desires. So this one just sounds super interesting and super cool. So that one is probably one that I am going to try and read before the publication date, but we shall see. I have a lot of reading plans as always, so yeah. The next book is out on the 13th of October and it's called While the Earth Sleeps We Travel. Stories, poetry and art from young refugees around the world by Ahmed M. Badr, I think. This is poetry collection. A groundbreaking collection of poetry, personal narratives and art from refugee youth around the world. Forward by actor and UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador Ben Stiller. Beginning in 2018, Ahmed M. Badr, an Iraqi-American poet and former refugee, traveled to Greece, Trinidad and Tobago, and Syracuse or something, New York, holding storytelling workshops with hundreds of displaced youth, those living in and outside of camps, as well as those adjusting to life after resettlement, combining Badr's own poetry with the personal narratives and creative contributions of dozens of young refugees. While the Earth Sleeps We Travel seeks to center and amplify the often unheard perspectives of those navigating through and beyond the complexities of displacement. The result is a diverse and moving collection, a meditation on the concept of home and a statement to the power of storytelling. Yeah, so this sounds really good and really interesting, and yeah, just super important also. Then another poetry collection, Boston Poetry, don't really know what it is, but we shall find out. It's out on the 13th of October and it's called Ain't Never Not Been Black by Javon Johnson. This one is about Ain't Never Not Been Black, 4 grounds, black pleasure, black pain and black love in unflinchingly black ways. Engaging with themes of masculinity, racism, love and joy, Johnson is at once critical and creative. His spoken word performance transfers effortlessly to the page with poems that will encompass you. This is a book about blackness and survival and how in America these are inseparable. In a world of individualism, who can you hold close? In a world of danger, what makes you feel safe? From a poem written in the form of syllabus to another about the time his grandmother literally saved his life, Johnson's creative expression is constantly enacting the feminist mantra, the personal is political. Again, sounds awesome. All of these sounds awesome, therefore I chose them of course. Then one that's out on the 19th of October is a children's fiction book. I think like a picture book, but I'm not sure. It's called The Lion, the Tortoise and the Princess Gazelle, a West African tale by Petra Okeke-Bestman and Rob Foot, who made the illustrations. So probably a picture book. And this is the description. A boastful and proud lion and a slow and small tortoise have a common problem. They both want to marry the beautiful Princess Gazelle. The princess gives them a challenge. They must each build her a house. Whoever finishes first will have the princess's hand. The lion is sure he will defeat the tortoise, but the tortoise has a plan that just might work. Yeah, just fun, quick children's fiction book. I'm always down for that. And then probably the first adult one, which wasn't poetry, and that is one that's out on the 20th of October, and it's a historical fiction book. I love the cover, by the way, and it's called The Candlelit Menagerie, I think, by Caraline Brown. And this is the synopsis. For fans of The Greatest Showman and Water for Elephants, The Candlelit Menagerie grabs hold and pulls readers into the dim halls of the exotic animal emporiums of London over 2 centuries ago. Set in late 18th century London, this haunting debut novel features Lillian, a freakishly tall woman who struggles to fit into society because her size and desire to wear trousers. Each morning she wakes in her tiny maid's room in the 2 small beds to the sound of a lion roaring nearby on the Strand. One day she investigates the sound and discovers a candlelit exotic animal emporium. When she meets the lion, there's an instant bond. At first, Lillian is repulsed by the stench and squalor, but there in the menagerie, Lillian finds her natural home, taking care of and befriending wild animals, brought from around the world, stolen from their habitats, misfits like her. The British Empire had become the dominant colonial power, plundering resources across the ocean, including humans and animals, and bringing them to England's shores for the first time to the amusement of the public. The menagerie under Lillian's management becomes a successful attraction. It is her life's mission. She even marries the veterinarian's single-minded apprentice, but when her unborn baby dies in an accident, she is given a chimpanzee to raise as her own child, upending the order of even Lillian's unusual existence. Told in a simple, mesmerizing voice, The Candlelit Menagerie is intensely atmospheric and transporting. The stunning debut will put Caraline Brown at the forefront of the list of new novelists to watch. I don't know, this just really pulled me in, so I think it's going to be awesome. Next book. This one is out on the 20th of October, and it's again a poetry collection, and it's called Flowers on the Moon by Billy Chapata. Social media sensation Billy Chapata shares insight and advice into the powerful world of love, heartbreak, and what comes next. This collection of poetry and prose will justify heartache and inspire the fortitude to survive and prosper. From chameleon aura author Billy Chapata comes his second major poetry collection, Flowers on the Moon. Chapata presents his signature blend of experience and advice through a chaptered series of prose and poetry, filled with the familiar themes of love, loss, resilience, and growth. From chameleon aura, but with fresh poems and new advice. His touching narrative celebrates humanity for its undeniable worth, and this collection will leave readers warm with hope for growth, rebirth, and most prominently, self-acceptance. Yeah, again, I think I will really like this. I need to get a sip of tea because my throat is getting hurtful. So, the next book is out on the 27th of October. This is an historical literary women's fiction book, and it's called Love's Garden by Nandini Bhattacharya, I think. Difficult name. Let me read you the synopsis again. It is 1898. India is ruled by the British, and India's women are ruled by British masters as well as Indian men. A desperate young widow makes the ultimate tragic sacrifice to save herself from dishonor. She marries a stranger for security and shelter, but her damaged second family pays dearly for this Faustian bargain. Then an extraordinary atonement and strange license in politics and love, spanning the 2 world wars and the Indian independence movement, help her descendants heal from this traumatic private history. Love's Garden demonstrates the strength, resilience, and unbreakable spirit of mothers and daughters navigating layers of oppression, all while the sun is not so peacefully setting on British India. So, I know a little bit about India's, what do they call it, separation from Britain, because I did this piece for school for that. And I thought it was really interesting. And this book sounds also just really interesting. Historical fiction is mostly a hit or miss for me. But this one sounds just really interesting. So I hope it will be a hit. Second to last one. Yeah, it's a lot, I'm sorry. But the publication date for that is the 1st of November. Here are the 2 November releases that I got. This one is called Perfectly Impossible by Elizabeth Topp. And this is a general fiction, literary fiction book. This is what it's about. In this witty debut novel, Elizabeth Topp crafts a story that ventures behind the fanciful facade of Park Avenue and into the life of one lovable Type A assistant. Anna's job is simple. Prevent the unexpected from happening and do everything better than perfectly. An artist at heart, Anna works a day job as a private assistant for Bambi von Bismarck, a magiric Upper East Side matriarch who is about to be honored at the illustrious Opera Ball. Caught between the state world of great wealth and her unconventional life as an artist, Anna struggles with her true calling. If she's supposed to be a painter, why is she so much more successful as a personal assistant? When her boyfriend lands a fancy new job, it throws their future as a couple into doubt and intensifies Anna's identity crisis. All she has to do is ensure everything runs smoothly and hold herself together until the opera ball is over. How hard could that be? Featuring a vibrant array of characters from the powerful to the proletarian, Perfectly Impossible offers a glimpse into a world you'll never want to leave. So I chose this book because my education that I follow now in college, in my country it isn't really college, but college. I'm doing management assistant, which is a little bit the same as like a private assistant. So that's why this book really spoke to me in that way, and I thought it sounded pretty interesting. So then on to the last book, and this one is again how do you call it, climate change kind of book. It's out on the 30th of November, and it's called Rethink the Bins, Your Guide to Smart Recycling and Less Household Waste by Julia L.F. Goldstein, PhD. And it's a home and garden reference self-help book. And this is the synopsis. Have you heard that recycling is broken? Let's fix it. If you want to reduce the amount of waste you generate but aren't sure where to begin, Rethink the Bins shows you how. The book will help you understand what happens to waste after the bins leave your curb or building, implement best practices for recycling and composting, and create SMART goals around waste reduction and recycling. You will feel empowered to start with small changes that make a difference and become more confident that the items you toss into the recycling and compost bins are actually being recycled or composted. Once you have made changes at home, you will probably want to share the message with your friends and neighbors. Rethink the Bins is your next step on the path to a less wasteful future and recycling that works. So Actually, this book was what I really needed, because this topic is a topic that, yeah, I want to know more of, and I saw this book and I was like, whoa, that's what I need. And yeah, I just think it will be very interesting read. I'm not sure if it's like a global thing that the author is going to talk about, or British/American, because in my country I think it will be different than in other countries, because I think the Netherlands is a country that is pretty good at recycling. But yeah, we shall see. But yeah, those were all the books that I'm going to talk about today. I will talk about some audiobooks in another video next month. And I'm not sure I'm going to do like a Netgalley one for next month, because again, I'm really behind. But yeah, a lot of these are poetry and children's books, so I might just do like a reading vlog next month to catch up. Let me know if you would like to see that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. It's pretty long already, so yeah, let me know down below if you are interested in any of these books. I think almost all of them are still available on Netgalley, so please check them out down in the description. I will leave Netgalley links and Goodreads links as always. And yeah, I really hope you liked this video, so please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I will see you later.